try not to use pen and paper in this question. Don't use pen and paper. Okay. Priyanshi, it's wrong. Very good. Others, it is correct. Ankit, Vishal, सबको सही है. Naman, what's happening? हुआ ये question, Naman?
Yes, sir. I am trying.
Okay. Ankita, is it done? Don't use pen and paper.
So,
It's an oral question. Don't use pen and paper. Just visualize. Question में क्या पूछा है? f2 by f of 1 by 2, which means fx by 1 by x का pattern बन रहा है, right? fx upon f of 1 by x. fx already given है. f of 1 by x कैसे निकालेंगे हम? x की जगह क्या डालना है? अंकिता? Just observe the question. बताओ. अंकिता, I'm asking you.
so simply उसका 1 by x डालते जाएंगे.
तो कितना आएगा? नहीं, लिखना नहीं है. You just have to observe, right? 3x cube क्या बन जाएगा? It will be 3 by x cube. 2x square कितना बन जाएगा? 2 by x square. So it's going to be same, right? Same ही बनेगा पूरा expression.
Yes, sir.
ये हो रहा है visualize कि सिर्फ terms exchange हो जाएगी. 3x cube 3 by x square बन जाएगा और 3 by x cube 3x cube बन जाएगा. Similarly ये term swap हो जाएगी, ये term swap हो जाएगी. But fx will be same as f of 1 by x, right? ये visualize हुआ, अंकिता?
Yes, sir.
Which means all of इन सब का value कितना होगा? 1 1 1. So 2 to 7, 2 to 9 will have 1. So total कितनी values है ये?
2.
Like this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So how many times we have 1?
9 times. Sorry.
How 9? It starts from 2 and it goes till 9.
Sir, 8 times.
So Ankita,
7.
no, it's not 7. It is 8, right?
Sir, 8 times.
Ankita, what's happening? If you have to count from 2 to 9, कितना होगा ये? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right?
8. Sorry.
It will be 8. So answer has to be
8.
8. Very, very simple question again.
Understood.
Clear everyone? Priyanshi, 9 कैसे आ गया था?
I counted 1 to 9. It's actually 2 to 9.
Okay. ठीक है. So next question. Now this involves some critical thinking. Let's see who can do it. And this is the last question of this variant. So Dexter ने सारी challenger series solve करी है. That's good, Dexter. Question देखते हैं, आंसर आ रहा है. Impressive. Ayush Malhotra, not happening. It's wrong. नो सेकंड चांस आयुष. कैट में नहीं आएगा सेकंड चांस. पहली बार में सही करना है. उत्सव, वेरी गुड. इट्स ऑल अबाउट विजुअलाइजिंग द क्वेश्चन. अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग, फंक्शंस में क्या करना है हमको? स्टेप नंबर 1, क्या पूछा है पहले उसको विजुअलाइज करो कि क्या पैटर्न बन रहा है क्वेश्चन में. f of 1 by 11, 2 by 11, 3 by 11 till 10 by 11. तो क्या पैटर्न है ये? देन अगर एक इक्वेशन गिवन है, यू हैव टू सब्स्टिट्यूट सम वैल्यू ऑफ x, और वो x की क्या वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करनी है? दैट शुड कम फ्रॉम व्हाट इज आस्क्ड इन द क्वेश्चन. दैट्स इट. So all the creative people out here, the topic of functions is entirely for you.
Just doubt in the question is 2 plus 4 to the power x completely in the denominator?
Yes, yes, 2 plus 4 to the power x is completely in denominator.
All right.
Time up. Okay. Shantika, come on. You will tell me. Where is Shantika? Just unmute and let's try it.
I couldn't hear. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes. Please go on.
Yeah, actually, I could not visualize this.
Okay, let's try to do it now.
Find the pattern.
Let's try to do it now. So it is 1 by 11, 2 by 11, 3 by 11, 4 by 11 till 10 by 11. What are the different things that you can see here?
The numerator is increasing.
Numerator is increasing.
The numerator by 1 and the denominator remains. I mean, it's 11 minus. Oh, 11
Yes,
minus.
yes. You're
10,
close, Shantika.
11 minus 9. We can,
You're very close.
yeah,
But
so it will be 11 minus 10. So it will be 1 minus 1 by 11. 1 minus 10 by 11.
good. Okay.
Average.
So which means if this is x, this is what? If you have to express it in its term, what is this? If 1 by 11 is equals to x, ठीक है? तो 10 by 11 क्या होगा?
1 minus x.
1 minus x.
1.
Similarly, you have 2 by 11, 9 by 11. उसका conjugate है 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. Which means 5 pairs बन रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Which means तुमको fx given है. It is nothing but fx plus f of 1 minus x, right? So all you have to do is to calculate f of 1 minus x, which is 4 to the power 1 minus x upon 2 plus 4 to the power 1 minus x. You just solve this, you will get it as this will come out to be 2 upon 2 plus 4 to the power x. Just simplify this thing. And if you add fx plus f of 1 minus x, it comes out to be equals to 1. Which means how many pairs are there, Shantika, here? You have 10 terms, which means how many pairs? 5 pairs. Correct. So answer has to be 5. Again, a very deep visualization, but then concept is same, exactly same. You just got to observe the pattern. And there are very common patterns. X ki jagah 1 minus x, 1 by x, minus x. These are the only 3, 4, 5 variants that you have to check. Is everyone clear on this?
सर इसको तो ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं जो इक्वेशन है 4 to the power x 2 to the power 2x by 2 plus 2 to the power 2x. So it will be 1 to the power 2x by 1 plus 1 to the power 2x. So anything to the power
No.
one,
Wait.
would
2
be
to the
1.
power
So
2x.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
By 2 plus 2 to the power 2x. So from denominator I took 2 common.
then
So it will come. So 2 and 2 will cancel out. So it will come 1 by 2. 2 to the power 2x by 2 common 1 plus 2 to the 1 plus 1 to the power 2x.
see, it should be this. I'm not sure what you're saying, but this is how, like, this is what happens when you take 1 common, like 2 common.
Not that.
ठीक है, Psycho, we can discuss it offline. Like maybe I'm not able to understand what you're saying. But if you take 2 common, this is what happens. But okay, as long as you got the answer, it's fine. Okay. So everyone clear with this? Bharat, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's 6:30. Batao, what is your mental state, guys, everyone? Too much loaded, having fun, learning, want to continue, want to take a drop? Bata do, like whatever it is. I just want to make sure that whatever we do, you absorb it properly. 7 तक कर लो बस. I'm fine. ठीक है. So is everyone fine if we do it till 7? It is 6:40, maybe 3-4 more questions and then we will take a break. Or do you want to take a break or maybe stop now? I think break का sense नहीं है. We'll just stop either now or at 7 p.m. Whatever you guys say, I'm fine with it. By the way, in terms of content, we are on slide number 23 currently. Stop at 7. ठीक है. Is everyone fine with this? Okay. Then let's at least solve a few more questions. I think guys, functions this weekend हो नहीं पाएगा. We will have to stretch up. Let's see. Maybe next weekend जाएगा ये. But ठीक है, that's fine. So next question. A very good question, but yeah, let's solve it. So I don't have an answer to this. I think the only thing that matters is the approach. So we will start. In the interest of time, I think अभी start करते हैं. Okay. The question तो बहुत ही straightforward है. Only mistake you guys could have made is यहाँ पे कुछ silly mistake. So क्या पूछा है? f of 6, g of 6, f of 3 and g of 3, right? ठीक है. तो f of 6 देखते हैं. f of 6 क्या है क्या? What is f of 6? Right. f of x is twice 2f into x minus 1 if x is even, 3g of x minus 1 if x is odd, and same is the case with gx. Right. तो पहले एक बार मैं f of 6 निकालता हूं. f of 6 का क्या मतलब है? f of 6 basically means कि x की वैल्यू 6 है. If तो यहाँ पे fx is a composite function. Here अगर x even है तो function is defined as this. So when x is 6, it is even. So it is nothing but twice of f of 5. अब f of 5 कितना होगा? अब x odd हो गया. So f of 5 is 3 into g of 4. So it is 2 into 3, 6 into g of 4. Right? अभी g of 4 कितना है? g of 4 कितना है? x even है. So g of 4 is nothing but 2 into g of 3. So it is nothing but 12 into g of 3. This is the value of f of 6. ठीक है. अभी मुझे g of 3 निकालना है. Fair. g of 3 मुझे anyways निकालना है. So which is fine. मैंने f of 6 को have represented this in terms of g of 3. Similarly, guys, see again, यहाँ पे दोबारा solve नहीं करना है. g of 6 will be nothing but 12 into f of 3. You should be able to visualize this question क्योंकि ये पूरा क्वेश्चन इज नथिंग. f की जगह g डाल दिया तो तुम्हारा नीचे वाला फंक्शन आ रहा है. दैट्स इट. f and g can be interchangeably used. So I do not have to calculate the value again. This is what will be the value of g of 6. Very good. Now similarly अब मुझे बस f of 3 और g of 3 निकालना है. तो again I will just calculate f of 3. f of 3 क्या हुआ? x की वैल्यू 3, x odd. So it is nothing but 3 into g of 2. अब g of 2 कितना होगा? x की वैल्यू 2, x is even, so this is 2 into g of 1. So 2 into g of 1 is nothing but 6 into g of 1. ठीक है. So f of 3 की वैल्यू निकाल ली 6 into g of 1. Similarly g of 3 कितना होगा? 6 into f of 1 हो जाएगा. f of 1 and g of 1 is given to you. यहाँ पे वैल्यू पुट करो, f of 3 निकालो, g of 3 निकालो. Just put these values again here. f of 3, g of 3, f of 6 आ जाएगा, g of 6 आ जाएगा, and that's it. And because f of 1 और g of 1 exactly same है, so you can say f of 6 और g of 6 बराबर होगा. f of 3 और g of 3 बराबर होगा, so you don't even have to calculate the values again. एक बार निकाल लो and that's pretty much clear everyone. But I can still see कुछ तो silly mistakes हुई है because I'm getting multiple answers, but हाँ, this is the approach. I will not go into calculation abhi. Everyone, it was a tricky question but doable. Anna, why are you so silent? Anna, sorry. Anna, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Sir, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. Clear.
ठीक है. Nikita, what's up with you? Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So next question. So I think now onwards, I will only give you guys 1 to 1.5 minutes. If you can solve it, well and good. Else we will solve. Okay. So everyone, देख लो. fx and gx are quadratic equation. ठीक है. f of 3 given है, g of 4 given है, f8 into g8 निकालना है. Clearly, I will have to find out कि यार quadratic equation क्या है to be able to solve this question. So that I will just put the value of x and then get the values. So let's see. f and g are two different functions. So let's not get confused between them. क्या given है? f of 2 is 0 and f of 5 is 0 and f of 3 is 5. So of course, it is a quadratic equation, so I can very well assume that fx has to be equals to ax square plus bx plus c, right? That is what is the generalized form of fx. Now, for the students who haven't really attended my workshop on equations, what they will do, they will put the value of x equals to 2 here, equate it to 0, x equals to 5, equate it to 0, x equals to 3, equate it to 5. We'll have 3 equations, 3 variables, find a, b, c, find f, similarly find g, and find f of 8 into g of 8, but then it will take you almost 6 minutes to solve using that method. Clear? The standard method. Now, what is the shorter and the smarter way? You see our f of 2 is 0, right? f of 2 is 0 and f of 5 is 0. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? This implies that 2 and 5 are the roots of the equation, right? Roots होंगे तभी value 0 होगा ना? Roots का मतलब क्या होता है? Roots is something जहाँ पे function intersect करता है x-axis को. So that is when is the function of the value of the function is 0, which means fx का अगर मुझे general term लिखना रहा, so I know 2 and 5 are the roots, so I can say x minus 2 का एक factor होगा. There will be a factor of x minus 5 because it's a quadratic equation. I must have 2 roots, and because I have to generalize this thing, I will put a k here because coefficient of x square can be anything, and I will use this information कि f of 3 is 5, so f of 3 is nothing but k into 1 into 3 minus 5 is minus 2. This is equals to 5, which means k is equals to minus 5 by 2. So this is my fx. I will just put the value of x equals to 8 here to find f of 8. Similarly, I will say g of x is nothing but k into x minus 2 into x minus 7. I will put x equals to 4 here, equate it to 3, find the value of k, then multiply them and solve it. Clear, everyone? Answer is 135. Ayush, clear? Mathur?
Yes, sir. I committed calculation check.
Okay. ठीक है. Shall we move on? Guys, I'm expecting you to note and maybe solve these questions afterwards. I think most of you have made the mistake. Ayush, Mathur, Kishan, answers were wrong. Abhinay, Chaitanya, some mistake you must have done. Divya, ठीक है? Am I going too fast? Do you want me to slow down or is the pace perfectly fine? Tell me. Vishwajit?
The pace is fine, sir.
Vibhuti, but this was an advanced workshop, so matlab, it's expected. else it's going to take me, I think, 4 weekends to just solve functions. Because एक content काफी ज़्यादा है इसमें. ठीक है, moving further, let's solve this question. Method is exactly same. You just have to write f of x. That's it. So how do we do it? See, in the exam, what you have to see here, with maximum value of 3 at x equals to 1, which means when x is 1, maximum value must be 3. Please tell me, everyone, when a quadratic equation has a maximum value, should it be inverted up or inverted down? Matlab, should it be like this or like this if it has a maximum value? Which of these curve?
So down, sir.
Down.
Second
Okay.
to go.
Very good. Down. I think all the answers that I've received are wrong, except Abhishek. Abhishek, तुम्हारा answer सही है बस. So इतना समझ में आ रहा है that the value that the graph has must be somewhere down. F of 0 is equals to 1. So 0 पे value 1 होगा. हमेशा ना guys, make it a habit to visualize the function by graph. इसीलिए हम function in graph को एक single topic बोलते हैं, because you can always visualize the function by graph. ठीक है? अब अगर तुमको इस function का expression लिखना है, what do? You just say कि यार x equals to 1 पे अगर value 3 है, ठीक है, and this is the maximum value, ठीक है. So if this is the maximum value, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? इसका मतलब हुआ that function must be in this format, 3 minus something, right? 3 minus something. This must be the value of the function, and this something has to be what? Somewhere positive number. So can you feel that the expression of this should be somewhere like x minus 1 whole square into k? Isn't this the generalized term of this function? Because see, what I'm saying is, or maybe alternatively, what you could have done is here x equals to 1 पे इसकी value 3 है, right? Which means x minus 1 must be a factor and value is 3. Also 3 पे maximum value कब आएगी? When I have a minus sign here. ठीक है, and because the only information that is given to me is this, and यहाँ पे मुझे maximum करना है, so this has to be a square so that this value is always greater than 0 and this entire value always goes less than equals to 3. So this is the general term of the fx, which you will have to visualize, else you will take a lot of time. तो ये visualization सीखना पड़ेगा तुमको. And the next information is f of 0 is 1. So 3 minus x को 0 डाल दो, this is 1 is equals to 1. इसका मतलब k की value हो गई 2. So this is your function. Now you just have to put the value of x equals to 10 here to solve this. Clearly दिख रहा है कि value of the function will be negative and the answer will be minus 159. So again, I'm repeating what I've done is, in the last 2-3 questions, I'm visualizing the function using the information that is given to me. Maximum 3 पे है, so it has to be in the format of 3 minus, and I must have a factor of x minus 1, because when you put x equals to 1, value must be 3. And because it's the maximum, there must be a square term. So मैंने general term लिख दी, then इस condition को use में लेके मैंने k पता कर लिया, and then I've calculated f of 10. Vishwajit, 159 नहीं होगा. Hardik, it's wrong. It must be minus 159. ठीक है, मतलब 159 तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना गाइस. मतलब just think, maximum value 3 है तो 159 कैसे होगा? It's not possible. It's purely common sense.
Sir,
Yes.
so if we had assumed the quadratic equation to be x square plus bx plus 1,
Come again.
let's assume the quadratic equation to be ax square plus bx plus 1, because f of 0 equal to 1. Ax square plus bx plus 1.
Okay, x square plus bx plus 1. Yes, you can do it. Others, please go on mute. There's a noise coming up. Then
f of 1 equal to 3, which means a plus b plus 1 equal to 3.
correct.
And also, if we differentiate it at 2ax plus b would be equal to 0 at x equal to 1.
Correct.
So we would get A and B. So we would get the quadratic equation as well.
मतलब you can do it. I'm not saying कि वो गंदा method है. You can do it, but then again, बहुत time लगेगा. इसके लिए you will need 40-45 more seconds to just visualize this, which you could have done orally. तो हाँ मतलब ये तो standard method है ही, that you form the generic equation and then consume it. But then the idea is advanced equation के बाद हमने काफी functions visualize किए थे. So practice होनी चाहिए that you directly write the function now. उससे this will become a cakewalk. Clear, everyone? Yes, no? बताओ. ठीक है, so I think guys it is 6:59. So let's stop here, but let's meet tomorrow at 2 o'clock. ठीक है, tomorrow we will see how much can we stretch up, because next weekend I may not be available. So if it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it will happen next to next weekend. ठीक है, and maybe for tomorrow I will just give you one homework, so that just note down this question, so that we don't waste time in the class. We will discuss it, but note down this question as a homework, and we will resume from here. And also guys, revise kar lena, just revise everything, because we have learned a lot of things. We have solved a lot of good problems which you would not see anywhere. So revise kar lena, and yeah, just take a note. Maybe iska screenshot le lo koi, and you guys can share it in your group, so that time waste nahi hoga. ठीक है, I hope you learned something out of today.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the question, is 2f of xy and f of x raised to y plus f of y raised to x है कि पूरे के लिए x है?
नहीं, raised to x है. Symmetric है.
f of y raised to x है कि f of x?
पूरे के लिए y, पूरे के लिए.
नहीं, ये पूरे के लिए नहीं है. ये raised to x सिर्फ इस पे ब्रैकेट लगा है ना, it's a bracket. So raised to power x is only on f of y, not on the entire thing.
अच्छा.
हाँ.
नॉर्मल ब्रैकेट है, GI फंक्शन नहीं है ना.
Normal function, normal है यार. ठीक है, ये homework है. Spend
Just
some time.
one doubt.
Yeah.
One of the previous questions that we saw, it was we had to find the range of log of under root of x square minus x.
Yes.
So in that, if we see at the graph of log of x, so it's an increasing function starting from minus infinity intersect at 1. So now we assume that the range will always be minus infinity to infinity, but won't we have to also see that the value that under root of x square plus x minus x should also yield a value less than between 0 and 1, so that it can have a range between minus infinity to plus infinity. Out here it's obvious, but had been another function g of x.
Yes.
Will
See,
that
you will
we'll
have to do it.
Whether it.
Agreed. So Vishwajit, you would have to do it in normal questions, but because here we know that iska range is R, because x belongs to R, and iska value is always greater than 0.
Yeah, out here it was obvious. So, but
yes. I agree to your point. Had this been say somewhere +3 or something, then yes, we would have to check for it.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Does anyone have any other doubt from today's session? Any doubt? एक बार अपन देख लेते हैं, like what all have we done. This is a homework. Here I'm revising everything, so just put down your pen and paper and just stay here so that we all are on the same page. Okay, I'm just revising everything that we have learned today in the last 3 hours. So एक बार सब नीचे रख दो. Here हमने क्या किया था? The idea was हमने function को assume कर लिया था कि यार x equals to 1 पे we have a maximum, so it has to be 3 minus something, and because it's maximum, it has to be in the format of 3 minus k into x minus 1 whole square, and then we have used the value and calculated f of n. इसमें भी हमने वही किया, 2 और 5 पे वैल्यू 0 है, सो इट हैज टू बी x-2 into x-5, k कांस्टेंट डाल दिया जिसको हमने निकाल लिया f of 3 equals to 5 से, calculated the function and then the value. Here we've just kept on putting the value, but here one thing to learn was the function was symmetric, so we only had to find the value of f and g का value same हो जाता है because the function is symmetric, so वो repeat नहीं करना है, that's the learning. And again f of 6 पूरा नहीं निकालना है, f of 6 को बस f of 3 तक निकालना है and then f of 3 निकालना है, so that you don't do redundant calculations. यहाँ पे we have observed the pattern कि x की जगह 1 minus x डालेंगे then the terms get clubbed. Here x की जगह 1 by x डाला, terms fx equals to f of 1 by x हो जाता है. It's a clear visualization and answer becomes 5 times, मतलब जितनी भी बार आता है ये 1. Here again same visualization, थोड़ा सा solve किया मैंने, fn को right hand side ले गया, f1 plus f2 till f of n minus 1 का एक वेरिएबल आ गया. Again I have substituted n by n minus 1, second variable, second equation, solve them, found the pattern and got the answer. That was the learning. Same, x equals to 1 by x, visualization. Same, x equals to minus x, visualization. This question was a classy problem because there were absolutely no information given to me. What I did was, the only option and the only method was to find the pattern. There was no other method, else this would have been a dead end. So I just kept on, always if you're stuck, believe in yourself कि एक pattern बनेगा. Keep on putting the value of x and then finding the value of remainder. So that was the learning. Here NCR में n is always greater than equals to r and r is always greater than 0, greater than equals to 0. So you just put the domain. Again, this was 1 upon under root of fractional part of x. Fractional part of x is always between 0 to 1. The learning was fractional part of x can never be 1. So there'll be an open bracket at 1. And then you just take the inverse. यहाँ पे what did we learn? fx का range given है. So f of mod x का range भी exactly same होगा because essentially function तो f ही है. But if I apply mod on the entire function, तो value जो negative वाली होती है वो भी positive हो जाती है. So अगर -4 to 5 है, इसका mod will be 0 to 5. Had these been -7 to 5, इसका modulus would have been 0 to 7. And then I just added it. यहाँ पे one more concept that we learned was कि this function can never be negative. Why? Because बीच वाला term is always positive, is always non-negative. And f of mod x जब negative होता है तब उसको जो modulus वाला function है third वाला part, that compensates for it. So इन दोनों का value में मिला के 0 हो जाता है and this is always greater than 0. So function हमेशा 0 to 13 आता है. That was the learning. यहाँ पे again same thing which I have already told, same concept we applied. A sin x plus b cos x, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, under root of a square plus b square plus minus. ये range होता है, that's what we learned. Again it's the same concept. We try to form the square here so that it is easier to visualize. Perfect square बना दिया, so perfect square is always greater than equals to 0. So then you just adjust the constant and solve it. Same concept here. यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, because it's a modulus function, you just break it, x less than 6, x between 6 to 7 and x greater than equals to 7. 3 में solve किया and then you have calculated the range. It comes out to be I think -1 to 1. Same domain कैसे करते हैं मुझे पता है, जहां log defined है. Range कैसे करते हैं I know. Inverse में क्या करता हूँ मैं, first thing x को y की term में express करना है and then I have to swap the variables. That's it. Even है या odd है, how do we calculate? X की जगह -x डालो, solve the function and see whether it's same as fx or it's negative of fx or it's none of it. ठीक है, that was the concept here. Then f of f inverse x is x. One thing that we learned here is if fx is ax plus b upon cx plus d and if a plus d is 0, then f is same as f inverse x. That was the concept. Then domain range हमको पता है, codomain क्या होता है, where function is defined. That is what a codomain is. One thing that we learned was कि domain is always in the original function and not in the simplified function. We also took an example, log of x square. So had we simplify this particular function and mention कि this is 2 log x, then the domain becomes x greater than 0. But it will not be because we did not have to simplify the function. जो original function होता है उसी में हम हमेशा domain की बात करते हैं. ठीक है, then I think ये हमने कर लिया function का definition. x की एक value पे y की exactly एक value होनी चाहिए.
So that's all for today. I hope you all have learned something new. So yeah, stay tuned and press the subscribe button to be notified on the next video.